It's Monday, June 15th, 2026. You're listening to the DX Today AI Daily Brief. Today, Anthropic pulls its two most powerful models offline under a US government order. Mistral closes in on a €20 billion valuation. And Jeff Bezos returns with a $12 billion AI startup. Let's get into it.
Anthropic has taken its two most advanced models, Fable 5 and Mythos 5, entirely offline. The move came after the U.S. Commerce Department issued an export control directive on June 12th, and Anthropic complied by disabling access for all users worldwide that same evening. Current sessions now return errors, and new queries automatically reroute to older models like Opus 4.8. The shutdown landed just days after Fable 5 launched, and it has rattled enterprise teams that built workflows around its capabilities. Anthropic says it is working to restore access as soon as possible and is processing refunds for affected customers, but no firm timetable has been given. The episode has sparked fresh debate over how much control governments should hold over frontier AI systems.
Now, to a major funding move.
In Europe, Mistral is moving to cement its place among the global AI leaders. The French company is raising roughly €3 billion in a new round that would value it at around €20 billion. That would make Mistral one of the most valuable AI firms outside the United States and China, and a rare European contender in a field dominated by American labs. The raise reflects investor appetite for an alternative to OpenAI and Anthropic, particularly among European governments and enterprises keen on regional AI sovereignty. Mistral has built its reputation on open weight models and efficiency, and the fresh capital is expected to fund larger training runs and an expanded push into enterprise deployments across the continent.
From funding to the courtroom.
Google has gone on the legal offensive. On June 13th, the company filed a federal lawsuit against a China-based cybercrime group that it accuses of misusing its Gemini AI to build fraudulent websites and craft convincing scam messages at scale. It is one of the first times a major AI developer has taken a suspected criminal network to court specifically over abuse of its models. Google argues the group violated its terms of service, and it is seeking to dismantle the infrastructure behind the operation. The case highlights a growing tension for AI providers. The same tools that power legitimate productivity can be turned toward phishing and fraud, and companies are increasingly willing to use litigation, not just technical guardrails, to push back.
Next, a new heavyweight enters.
Jeff Bezos is stepping back into the founder's chair. His new venture, an AI startup called Prometheus, has raised about $12 billion, reportedly valuing the company at around $41 billion. Bezos is co-leading it alongside former Google scientist Vikram Bajaj, and the focus is squarely on physical engineering, building AI tools to help design and manufacture real-world products across aerospace, automotive, and computing. It is one of the largest funding rounds ever for a company still in its earliest days, a sign of just how much capital is chasing applied AI talent. For Bezos, it marks his most direct operating role since stepping down as Amazon's chief executive, and it puts him in competition with the very labs he has long funded.
Now, an open model arrives.
China's Moonshot AI has released Kimi K2.7 Code, and it is doing so in the open. On June 12th, the company published the model's weights on Hugging Face under a permissive license, meaning developers can download and run it on their own hardware. The model is tuned for software engineering and agentic coding tasks, and early benchmarks place it among the stronger open systems for tool use. The timing is notable. It landed the same day Anthropic pulled its newest models offline, sharpening a contrast that developers were quick to draw. An open model cannot be recalled by any government order. For teams worried about availability and control, that permanence has become a genuine selling point in its own right.
Now AI meets your shopping cart.
Visa is wiring itself directly into the world of AI agents. The payments giant announced a collaboration with OpenAI to bring its network and security infrastructure into ChatGPT, allowing AI agents to make purchases on a user's behalf within limits the user sets. It is a concrete step toward what the industry calls agentic commerce, where you describe what you want and an assistant completes the transaction end-to-end. Visa is contributing tokenized credentials and fraud controls designed for a world in which software, not people, clicks the buy button. The deal signals that established financial players intend to be infrastructure for the AI economy rather than bystanders. And it raises fresh questions about authorization, liability, and trust when an agent spends your money.
Across the world now to India.
In India, the startup Avataar has launched a new AI video generation model called Varya. The release marks one of the more ambitious homegrown entries into generative video, a field that has been dominated by a handful of American and Chinese labs. Varya is aimed at commerce and marketing, letting brands produce product videos and visual content from simple prompts rather than full production shoots. Avataar has built its business around three-dimensional and visual AI for retailers, and Varya extends that into motion. The launch reflects a broader trend. AI capability is spreading well beyond Silicon Valley, with regional players building tools tailored to their own markets, languages, and commercial needs. For India's fast-growing tech sector, it is a notable milestone.
From screens to the factory floor.
At the Automate 2026 trade show, Teradyne Robotics unveiled what it calls production-ready physical AI. The company demonstrated robotic systems that can perceive, reason, and adapt to changing conditions on a real factory floor, rather than simply repeating pre-programmed motions. It is part of a wider shift the industry has dubbed physical AI, bringing the reasoning advances of large models into machines that move and manipulate the physical world. Teradyne's pitch is that these systems are no longer research demos, but deployable today in manufacturing and logistics. With labor shortages and reshoring driving demand, the company is betting that the next great wave of AI value will come not from chatbots, but from robots that can finally handle the messiness of real work.
Now governing the agents.
As companies rush to deploy AI agents, a quieter problem is emerging. Who is watching what those agents actually do? The security firm Reco has launched a new bi-directional integration designed to govern AI agent risk across enterprise software. The idea is to give security teams visibility into the agents operating inside their systems, what data they can touch, what actions they can take, and where they might go off the rails. It reflects a maturing market. The first phase of the agent boom was about capability. This next phase is about control and accountability. As autonomous software begins making decisions and moving data on its own, governance tools like Reco's are shaping up to be just as essential as the agents themselves.
Back to the model makers.
Elon Musk's xAI has released Grok Build, an early beta of a developer-focused coding agent. Unlike a chat window, Grok Build lives in the terminal, the command line environment where many engineers actually work, and it is designed to plan and execute multi-step software tasks with limited handholding. The beta adds features like a sub-agent view, a planning mode, and a full-screen interface, positioning it directly against coding agents from Anthropic, OpenAI, and a wave of startups. It is a clear signal of where the competition is heading, away from simple autocomplete and toward agents that can take on entire engineering tasks. For xAI, it is also a push to make Grok a serious tool for builders, not just a conversational novelty.
Now AI on the road.
Tesla is expanding its in-car AI assistant to more of the world. With its latest software update, the company is rolling out the xAI-built Grok chatbot to several new markets, including Chile, Malaysia, the Philippines, Thailand, and Singapore. Drivers in those countries can now hold voice conversations with the assistant directly from the dashboard, asking questions, getting information, and controlling some vehicle functions hands-free. It is part of a deepening tie between Tesla and xAI, both controlled by Elon Musk, and a real-world test of conversational AI in a setting where distraction carries genuine safety stakes. The rollout also underscores how quickly in-car assistants are becoming a competitive front, with automakers racing to embed AI as a standard feature.
And finally, to the office.
Finally, Microsoft is putting agentic AI to work inside the documents millions of people use every day. The company has moved a set of agentic Copilot features into general availability across Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, letting the assistant actively edit documents, build out spreadsheets, and assemble presentations rather than just offering suggestions. The shift turns Copilot from a helpful sidekick into something closer to a delegate that can carry out multi-step tasks on your behalf. It also raises the stakes for how much trust users place in AI to touch their actual work. For Microsoft, deeply embedding these agents across its Office franchise is central to justifying the enormous sums it is spending on AI and to keeping rivals at bay.
That's your briefing for Monday, June 15th, 2026. For DX Today, stay curious.